I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. This is a Euphona piano, 1920s, I believe. I didn't look it up before we started this video. No, an early one. It's a 1911, which is not too long after player pianos went into, were invented, and then they didn't really go into mass production. Most of the player pianos that we see are more from the Roaring 20s, so this is a really early one. So we did a full restoration on this piano, and then we also did a full restoration on the player. So why don't we start? And then on the outside, we did kind of our middle tier refinishing. So they specifically said that they want. We didn't do the bench. The bench is another just there because I'm going to play the player in a minute. They said that they wanted some blemishes, kind of some original sort of wear, I guess, on the cabinetry, but they wanted it to look a lot better than it was. It was in really rough condition, which is typical for a 113-year-old piano. So yeah, why don't you bring the camera over here, and you can see the finish. Like here, it looks very nice. Does it look? Is it our highest level? No, but that's what she asked for, and I think cosmetically it looks really nice. And then check this out back here, how beautiful all of that is. That's something that we do. We soda blast all of this, go through tons of baking soda, and then for the back of a piano, we'll blast it with baking soda. Works as an abrasive, and it cleans all of this off. And we'll go through an entire bag of Costco baking soda, and then shoot that with lacquer. And when you get closer, and I don't know, I just think the back, even though the back is up against the wall, it's a thing of beauty. And then on the inside, we did a full restoration of the piano, which when I talk about the piano, the instrument, I'm talking about the strings and the hammers and the dampers and all of those kinds of things, as opposed to the player. We did a restoration of the player as well, which I'll get into shortly. But behind the player, you can see the plate here. The plate has been refinished, our automotive paint there. And then we've got the tuning pins are brand new, and the strings are brand new. Dampers, these are the dampers right here. These little felt things that dampen the tone when they're not in use. And then when you play a note, the damper pulls away, allowing the string to ring. And then when you release the key, damper returns, stops the string from vibrating. So all of those are replaced. The hammers, of course, that's a crucial component, is the hammer and the hammer butts there. That's the vehicle that the hammers travel on, the shanks. That's the dowel that connects the hammer butt to the hammer. And the bridle straps, it's hard to see here, but the little buttons there, the let-off buttons, those are replaced. And then lots of other felt and leather and cloth. The ivory is original, but we've cleaned it up significantly. It was very yellow and very worn, and so we go over it, and it works a lot like wood, where you can sand it and buff it and manipulate and work with it, all of those kinds of things. So all of that has been done. And then down there, same thing. I won't show you. It's mostly covered by bellows anyway, but the soundboard has been refinished. When we had the plate out and everything, we refinished the soundboard. And we did a lot of work on the bridges as well, and it turned out the tone, sustain, all of it. It's a complete package. Sounds great. Great bass. Okay, so that's a full rebuild, and that is, if I do say so myself, that's world-class work. of piano restoration. I would say that's more even bordering on remanufacture than, you know, it's just a complete reconstruction of the instrument from 1911. Okay, so that's the exterior, the instrument, and then over here, this is another piano that we're working on. This is Brigham from you know, approximately the same era, a little bit later, but this is you know, gives you an idea of kind of what's entailed more or less in rebuilding a player. So we've got these stacks, and so we're redoing all of this, redoing the wind motor, and redoing the bellows and the tubing and the cloth and the, you know, it's all gotta be recovered. Everything has to be totally airtight, and by the way, it's not that air is being blown in. It's being a vacuum is created, and so that whole system, every tube, come on back over this piano. Every tube has to be totally airtight, protecting it all from atmosphere. So every one of these tubes and every one of the connections where they go in, and there's tons of them at the bottom, the wind motor there, it's all got to be fully airtight, and that is a huge job. So we've been doing quite a few player restorations. You know, I tell all of my clients that are talking about doing a player restoration that and this client, no exception, I tell them that a modern player system where you can just pull up your phone and you can just click on it and it starts to play, and you can play, you know, whatever. It has a speaker on it, so the vocals and the piano, the drums and the bass, all of that comes out of the speaker, and then the piano part is being played by the piano itself. You know, it's a modern player, and it has dynamic range. You don't have to deal with rolls. It's got lots and lots of different features and advantages. A modern player is superior to an original player, a 100-year-old player, pneumatic player, in every way except for nostalgia. A lot of people remember, maybe as children, they remember pumping it with, you know, their feet, their grandparents. They remember these rolls, all of that. So there's a whole lot of nostalgia that's wrapped up in these old pneumatic systems, players, and so a lot of people that we rebuild these players for, that's the main driving factor, and it's even a more expensive proposition to restore the old one than it is. So there again, a brand new player, you know, it's superior in every way except for that nostalgia. And I guess the other thing is the other motivating factor, other than nostalgia, might be a lot of people like to be kind of originalists. They like to restore old technology. You know, it's maybe you could think of it almost like some people like to work on old AM radios or vacuum tube things, you know, stuff like that. It's restoring old technology, which there is definitely something to be said for that. Okay, so let's check it out. So this, if you've never seen this before, it's pretty fun. I think most people have seen it, but the pedals come out, and that's what creates the vacuum. And then we load the player on here. Camera in here and check out the wind motor, all of the mechanical stuff, and there it is. That's the player. Pretty cool. So I think these clients are going to be really happy with this piano, and you know, it's going to be a treasure for their grandchildren, great grandchildren, hopefully for several generations. Thanks for watching.